My name's Nikki, N-I-K-I. I'm 32. I'm a lady.
This is Return to the Land, a group of millennials who organised online to build something radical and controversial. A town for white people only. They insist it's completely legal. We spent several days with them, watching as the men set about the physical labour of building out the site. All the while, the women of the group took on the more typically trad, homesteading type roles.
I guess I found the people
Zero seasoning.
starting this project, actually spearheading it. And I went out to the first April event last year, and it was really fun.
The sort of white-only aspect of this, how important is that to you guys?
Given the premise that it's something that is kind of off limits for whites, but is okay by implication for other groups, I do feel it's necessary to carve that out, and you kind of have to do it yourself.
It's kind of like if we don't do this, the laws are only getting worse as far as freedom of association goes. So it's kind of like we have to do this, or there might come a time where it's not possible to.
Yeah, you guys are
talking about.
People are going to be watching. It's going to be controversial.
I think people just have a large misunderstanding of what's happening here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the biggest misunderstanding?
Then make us understand.
Well,
that we hate everyone else.
yeah,
it's not about that.
Yeah,
by any means.
it's a loving movement.
I mean, on that aspect of it being loving, I suppose the counter argument would be it could be a very loving community if you're part of the community, but if you're black, or if you're Jewish, or if you're gay, you can't be part of that community.
They can have their own communities, and they already do, and I think that's great for them. And it's like if other people are allowed to do it, you don't really see why whites aren't allowed to do it. It doesn't make any sense. So it's important for me to do this for my ancestors, my friends, my family, my children, my children's children.
The leader, Eric Orwell, wants the community to grow and further what he calls traditional white American culture. And the group is explicit about this. It has an online fundraiser to give cash rewards to parents of newborns as a means to incentivize population growth. Just before we arrived, they donated $1,000 to a family for having their 6th child.
Is that part of the mission as well, to sort of have big families, to make the community bigger? Is there a sort of pressure there?
I don't feel particularly myself, I don't feel any pressure to like have a big family. I think there's a kind of expectation here that you do want to, as part of helping grow this thing, that you're going to have kids.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Hey, what's going on, family? This is Ty for No Picks Podcast.
Sup, family? Joe, No Picks Podcast.
Hey guys, Angie here.
All right, so I'm gonna go with you, Angie. What's your thoughts on this whites only town? No, yeah, you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear Angie. I mean, I think it's asinine. My initial thoughts when he said return to the land, it was just very typical because, first of all, if we're going to return anywhere, y'all asses should be in Europe somewhere. Return there if you want to return somewhere. Return this land to its indigenous people. How about that? Like, what are we talking about? But yeah, I think it's weird. I think it's freaky. I think it's they about to start having kids and second cousins. It's about to be real weird over there. It's very strange.
What's your thoughts, Joe?
I listen. If they want to go live in a little all-white community, more power to them. You know what I mean? Like we live in America. We're like, I think they were trying to say like if other communities can do it. I'm like, who else has license to do? Like, pretty much anybody who wants to do this could do this, right? But like, I haven't heard on the news or place like people have been talking about having like a black-owned town or a black-owned space or like. But I'm like, are people doing this now? Like, is it so, like I'm confused. I feel like her example was kind of weird. Like, I don't see this happening in mass. Like, I just don't. Like, I people have talked about it, but I haven't seen it. Right? But do what you want to do. Like, as long as you're not. I'm curious as to why. I don't know. As someone who values diversity, I don't want to be around a bunch of people who just look like me. Like I value diversity. That's why I love Philly so much too, because Philly has so many cultures here, right? Like my neighborhood alone, there's so much diversity. Like there's Latinos, there's whites, there's blacks, there's you know what I mean. There's like some South Asian people. Like I love diversity, so I embrace that. Like, but they're just like we don't want that. And that's what I want to question is like, what is it then? Because she's like, we can be misunderstood. I'm like, well, make us understand. What is this about then? Why don't you want that kind of diversity? Why don't you want that kind of exposure? Also, don't you think that this breeds ignorance of other people and other races? Are you going to learn about other cultures or just about white stuff? Whatever that is. You know what I mean? Like, because, you know, white is this umbrella term. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's going to hurt them in the long run. I don't think it's going to benefit them. That's my personal opinion as far as like, yeah, I'll stop there, Ty. But like, if you want to do it. Like whatever.
Yeah.
Like
on that aspect, I agree with you with that because I'm like so morally, I don't see. I mean, I don't see an issue with what they're talking about. If you want to segregate yourself because you feel like America has become too gentrified or too multicultural, and you will rather just be around white people all the time, then I mean, I like as long as what you're doing doesn't impede on what other people got going on.
Yeah, do it.
I don't care. Like if you know y'all pull y'all money together, y'all purchase some land out in East Bubblefuck somewhere. And,
yeah.
I mean y'all have like a little community. You saw goats and shit and motherfuckers like throwing what I mean. I don't know, throwing like hay barn your yards of hay and shit like that. Like I don't care. Like I don't like. I'm cool with that, right? And it's like, so when she was saying like, okay, well, we got communities. No, we don't have like all black communities, but like, there are people who, a lot of our thought leaders strive for that, right? Like, so take Umar Johnson. Take Umar, if he could take everybody out of all non-black people out of Philadelphia, that would be done, right? Like if he had his way, it would just be all black people in Philly. So there are people who think that way, and nobody. Well, I mean, maybe some people look at, but a lot of our people don't look at him as bigoted, right? Because it's like, okay, we look at it like, okay, well, he's doing something to further black people. So
yeah,
a lot of people support him. Now, I think he's a clown and ridiculous, but he does have a lot of support. He doesn't have a 9-to-5 job, and he keeps getting goddamn donations. I mean, he must have a following. But yeah, so I mean, Malcolm X said the same thing. Malcolm X was like, "Yo, listen, I want a white America and a black America. Like, I want black people doing our own thing. I want white people doing their own thing." So I mean, it's not a foreign concept for other groups of people. I mean, talking about black people, maybe Asians have, I don't know, like you got Chinatown, but they do business with other people. But yeah, I mean, like I don't see anything morally wrong with it. But what I find interesting is that it's like, correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, because this is what I thought of when I first saw this clip. I'm like, yo, these same people would probably like under the cover of night, bust in some kind of, bring in some BBCs behind the closed doors, and watch them. Those same weirdo white dudes would watch them bang their wives. You mean like wow, nobody looking behind closed doors type shit. Like yo, listen, y'all be out here looking for somebody to just rail your girl because you can't do it, and she's seen too many I don't know porn stars anymore, but she's seen too many BBC videos where she like, it's in her head now. You can't get it out, bro. It's too late. Like she's trying to get dug in. But yeah,
it's like I said, what is traditional American culture? Like there would be no bluegrass if there wasn't for blues. There would be no jazz if it wasn't for the blues. There would be no rock and roll if it wasn't for like certain forms of black music. There would be no, you know what I'm saying? Like so much of the music that you even listen to is like it originated from like slave proverbs and music. Like I just don't understand. Like what would you be listening to? What would that look like? How much of that culture isn't already mixed with like for me, I feel like the Black American experience is so intertwined with America. The Black experience, like in the birth of America, like those things, they're in bed together. You can't really separate them, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like we're so closely tied to this country. So to try to separate from that, it's like, what would you be honoring or what would you be celebrating? What would you be, when our culture is so heavily mixed into American culture? Like we built the foundation of this damn country for free. Like we're a part of this country now. Y'all brought us here against our own will, but we're here now. So like our history is so intertwined. So I don't understand what they're trying to break away from. Like, what is it? So you brought us here. We built this country up for free. And then now you just want to separate from us after we done built, because you're tired of our, like, you know what I mean? And they didn't mention that it was a race thing, but like, I have to question, like, but why? What are you trying to separate from?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that, it's so weird to me. But there is a school of thought among some white people that they want to get rid of miscegenation. Because think about it, guys. If you have a white woman, I'm sorry, if you have a black man and a black woman, right? What color is that baby gonna be?
Black.
Probably black, right? Whether light or darker, but they're gonna be black. If you have, a white woman and a white man, what color is that baby gonna be?
White.
White, right? But if you have a white woman or a white man with a black woman or a black man, what color might that baby be? Could come out white, right? But melanin is such a strong gene. So eventually, if you start procreating with white people, visibly, the white race would start disappearing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because people would become mixed. Melanin is a dominant trait.
Right.
So basically, slowly over time, if people are doing miscegenation in mass and people are like, having these interracial relationships, that increases, the visible white race would slowly start declining, right? There'd still be people mixed with white, of course, but you know what I'm trying to say? Melanin is such a dominant trait. So some white people just fear like there's not going to be any more white race because we're mixing with all these different melanated people. The melanin trait is dominant. We're losing our pale skin or whatever that is. So there are some people who believe we need to protect our color, our race, and stop procreating or having interracial relationships because eventually we'd be wiped off the earth.
But wouldn't it be a good thing though? Because if we're all the same color, then we can't discriminate based on
I would think so. But if you're a white person who cares about that, I'd be pretty alarmed that the visible white race would be disappearing, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like they don't want to outright say what their reason is because they can't, or they're trying to be politically correct. But I have to question, why do you want to do this? What are you trying to escape? What are you trying to get away from? Like, what is it? What exactly is it? And more power to you. I hope you find what you need. I just feel like you're just going to breathe ignorance. That's all. This community is going to just breed ignorance. That's all I feel like it's going to do. So,
right.
It's interesting.
So y'all not gonna eat? Y'all not gonna eat peanut butter over there? Then my man George Washington Carver. Just so what y'all go when one of y'all white kids is eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and they be like, "Oh, yo, Dad, where did peanut butter come from?" They're gonna be like, "Fuck, oh, this is part of our history we can't talk about." Like, what the fuck? Like,
and what happens if a black person accidentally goes by your we're taking a road trip and I accidentally drive past your reservation or whatever you call it, and I'm lost and I go there to be like, "Hey, can I get some directions?" Or like, "Am I gonna get shot? Are you gonna welcome me with love or be like, never?" You know what I mean? Like, it's too many questions, bro. Like, and my heart tells me one thing, but I don't want to assume. So I don't know.
Right. All right. Well, listen. Let us know what y'all think of the white only town family. Let us know. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time.